Hello, everybody, and welcome to another July 4th barbecue bonanza in 3D. I'm Action Shakespeare, and we're gonna play Metal Gear Solid 3 again, but this time on the 3DS. But I'm not alone. As of this moment, I do have public opinion here.
Hey-o. I'm also in 3D.
There you go. All right, that first heyo didn't come through so good, but now it's good.
Well.
But yes, let me just get. There we go. Let me pipe in the 3DS audio. We got a lovely rendition of Snake Eater coming in. I of course have the custom theme for Metal Gear Solid 3 on my 3DS. I do love 3DS custom themes because they change all the sound effects to be reflective of whatever the theme is.
Oh.
You can probably barely hear it. Well, I have it pretty turned down in my ears, so it probably comes through fine on the stream, but like moving positions on this kind of makes a little like deep, like moving your menu in Metal Gear Solid 3. I could probably actually turn this up a little. Yeah, that's better. Oh. Yeah, there's the real peak. But yeah, it makes the little things when you select items. Oh, also your folders turn into boxes. And when you select stuff and exit stuff, it tends to make the same UI noises as a thing. But yes, let's play Metal Gear Solid 3D Snake Eater. Weirdly enough, this is like one of the few things that doesn't include a spinning logo that you can blow on to make move.
It is odd.
A Hideo Kojima game without an Easter egg. A little alien to me. Oh, look at him go. But yes, the action will primarily be taking place on the top screen, so we don't have to worry about the bottom screen as much. There will be some stuff being done. I don't know if because they changed the title screen too, so there's not like the same Easter eggs as before. You get this kind of view, this little crawling view of the first area of the game. Anyways, I worry that this might start coming in a little loud, but we'll see. I had a new game started a while back, and I made it to basically the last portion of the game and then forgot to pick it back up. But we're gonna start a new game. What is our favorite? God, wow, I forgot it was that long ago. What's our favorite Metal Gear game? This came out in 2012, so all the Metal Gear Solid main series had come out, including Peace Walker.
I do like Peace Walker.
I do like Peace Walker too, but I like all the Metal Gear Solid games. I find something to enjoy in all of them. We'll play on normal, though.
Game ends when being seen by the enemy for the top difficulty.
That is European Extreme. That is always how it's worked.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
So yeah, this is Metal Gear Solid 3, so cutscenes. We got them.
Now they're 3D.
Yeah, I could turn the 3D on my end. That doesn't reflect in capture whatsoever because all the 3D was done on hardware.
The rest of us just have to imagine.
Yeah, imagine this with depth. A Metal Gear Solid game with depth?
Flying over Pakistan. Altitude 30,000 feet.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization.
I will say to this game's credit, or to this port's credit, when not on just a tinny
Drop zone still showing.
3DS screen or 3DS speaker,
Good.
the audio quality is as good as before. Oh, you know, as good as probably the PS2 version had anyways.
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask. Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
Approaching release.
I probably should have looked up the differences also
10 minutes to
of
drop off.
Hey,
what those choices mean
Said put out
at the
cigar,
beginning.
Put on your mask.
Yeah, the only one I'm really familiar with is MGS2.
Yeah.
That one does.
I'm very curious as to just what not picking that does, because I don't think I ever ran through this game without doing it.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Sunrise.
Is PO a bit echoey? I don't know.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
I don't know if... I don't know, am I...
You'll be falling at 130
Not in
miles per
my
hour.
screen.
Try not to get frostbite from the
Not in my
windshield.
ears.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate bailout bottle.
This is one for the history books. The world's first halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings
And fly. God be with you.
Yep, this... like... This is... The graphics are a bit...
Jack, I've got some
more
important
powerful
news.
than I was really expecting from the 3D.
The head of the CIA has finally given us the green
Yeah,
light
honestly,
for the
3DS
virtuous
is kind
mission.
of
Virtual mission.
No, the virtuous mission.
this is a
Future of
virtual
our
mission.
Fox unit depends on it.
The
If it succeeds,
honestly,
we'll be
I'd say
officially
3DS
organized
probably
into a
had
unit.
pretty on par with
Virtuous
PS2 at
mission.
least.
Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right.
Why would there be an echo?
So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Oh, it might just be
Well,
piping in from my own
About 2 years
headset.
ago,
I don't know. Try speaking. I'll lean back.
certain Soviet scientists requested
How about
asylum in the West
now?
through one of our moles.
Okay, I could kind of hear it there too. So
His
it's come
name is
across on
Nikolai
the disc.
Stepanovich Sokolov.
What?
He's head of the OKB-754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov.
Is this
Isn't
that
he
weird
famous
thing that was
rocket
happening to
scientist?
you a while
The very
back?
same.
Maybe.
On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin to orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story. So why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid.
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the west. We used a mole to get the family out first and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962,
I just tried
President
talking.
Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range
weapons.
ballistic missiles in Cuba.
I don't
The
know.
President demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles.
Everything I'm
At the same
checking
time, he announced
says
a naval
this shouldn't
blockade to
happen,
prevent
so
further
I don't
missile
know.
shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back
It
down,
is- it is
instead
what it
placing
is.
their armed forces
Yeah,
on secondary
sorry, folks.
alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went
Welcome,
on
Sari.
alert for an all-out nuclear
Howdy.
war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba, and so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
I
Sokolov.
love the way Major Zero
They
says
wanted
no.
us to return Sokolov.
Like in all these cutscenes, he just shuts Snake
The
down
Soviets
so
pulled out of
hard.
Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
Going to be a rubes,
What the hell was he working on?
John.
At the time, we had no
Jack.
idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight. Then, a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes, he was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision.
More like Sokolov, got him.
So what kind of
Yeah.
weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
No.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No, according to our intelligence, he's in Selino-Yarsk, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that.
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he
Taking into
contacted
the
us.
research facility is a very stupid, bad idea. We would never try it.
That's why we're sending you, Snake.
Listen up,
And of
Jack.
course, we still
Your
got our
mission is to
first-person view.
infiltrate Selino-Yarsk in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the west.
Check out those pixels.
If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking. Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy.
I
It's been
love how
combat proof.
That one line.
low-key the
Do you
intro
think Sokolov is up to it?
system is and how insane.
The shock will be
it
less
gets.
than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500
Yeah, they
pounds.
sure just had a throwaway line
So
and
you're
were like,
planning on going over the border
yeah,
in a
what if
single
this was an
combat
entire
airman?
mechanic?
She's
in a-
equipped with
in
two
like-
6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons.
But we'll
as
do
well
it
as two
like
40mm
10,
machine
or
guns.
nearly 10 years later.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong,
You'll be eating dinner, breakfast.
and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
How is the audio compared to our voices, by the way? Not too overpowering? It looks kind of up there, so I worry. Okay. This does not have the thing from Snake Eater HD where you can just zoom in on cutscenes. Because graphics aren't that high quality. It's beautiful.
Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other.
I like how they handled the
Your code name for
codecs
mission
in
will
this
be Naked
on the
Snake.
dual screen.
I'll be referring to you as Snake
Yeah.
from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
And you can still do this. You can still
Snake.
get their stuff.
Oh, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training?
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
What about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom. This will be a sneaking mission.
Let's
You
refresh.
must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No.
No.
There's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
You big dummy.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
To climb a tree, stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button.
It's a
I'll
good
be
thing they
monitoring your
recorded this so
progress over the radio.
generically so they can port
You
it
can't
later.
risk violating Soviet airspace,
That is
but I'll be in
true.
the gunship. My
Um,
frequency is 140.85.
I think there's a part
give you a
that's
call
coming
if I need
up
to
that
talk.
sounds like they
If you
actually
need
got
to talk to me,
them in
use
to
the send
re-record it.
function. Okay, Snake. Go get
I'll try
your
and keep an
backpack.
an ear out for it. Because it sounds so weird. Alright, we're in it. We need to go to options and mess with some things. Let's see here. No. Actually go down here. The Circle Pad Pro was a thing introduced to the 3DS later in its life. And built into new 3DS XLs. So you want to enable the Circle Pad Pro, confirm you have a second stick. And enable it. This is what it used to look like. Look at that nonsense. Yeah. They put it's not much better on the 3DS because your second stick is a nub. It's a little nub above the buttons. And it's not that great. But through the power of technology that I'm using right now, we can at least make it a little better. Let me see here. We'll want, I think, a little bit better camera speed overall, though. Otherwise, they are good. The game is helpfully made to actually not require any touchscreen, like touching. It has plenty of it, but it's like they did assign quick buttons for like switching functions. But yes, now we are in it properly. We don't have any weapons per se, except this knife. So they added in like two things from Peace Walker. One is the third-person camera aiming.
Oh.
With the reticle, and the other is crouch walking.
Does it have the option for the original release, fixed camera angles, or is it all?
I don't remember seeing an option for that, but I can look. I don't know if it does, if only because of just how the game kind of operates now. And you kind of need all the help you can get. One annoying thing, I think, though, is even with the new controls, they changed how rolling works. You have to hit the attack button while running. But you can still basically roll right into a prone position, though. There's gonna be some other stuff. Ooh, you know, I might turn down the sensitivity. This is the stress test. Oops, I hit B.
Yeah, no, I don't believe the HD versions had crouch walking.
The HD remasters are pretty much original release games, just with better frame rates. And I will say that's probably about it, because I saw those skybox textures and they're not much better. Okay. But yes,
everything's rendered in a higher resolution, but I'm not sure they actually changed any of the models or textures themselves.
Actually, I forget. Is this the space that has a different way to go? Or am I thinking of like the next map we're over? Oh yeah, here it is. If you don't want to crawl under a log, you can go over here. And for your troubles, you get a free life medicine. the action button, is now X. So, like, okay, so the original control scheme, if you didn't have the Circle Pad Pro, is your face buttons were the camera. The D-pad was most of your actions, like the face buttons would be. So if you wanted to crouch, you'd hit down on the D-pad. You can still do that. I just hit down on the D-pad, and it does all the things. Anyways, but yes, they now give you face button freedom. Also, there's gyro technology, but my 3DS is prone, so that won't be an issue. Hopefully.
Rock steady hands.
Yeah.
I see you've retrieved.
I think there's a part in this that has a weird re-record.
To equip a weapon, it's
Yeah,
necessary
this.
to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. The weapons you're currently holding will be displayed on the touchscreen. Choose the weapon you want to swap out, then press the Enter button. Next, you'll see a list of all the available weapons in your possession.
Yeah, they
Select
did a
the
more
weapon you want to
detailed
use
version of the
and
weapon
press the Enter button
screen.
to take it out of your pack. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission. After you've been
I'm
out
back
in the
from
field
another
for a while,
dimension,
your
Snake.
stamina will start to drop. If your stamina gets too low, it'll affect your performance. You won't be able to shoot accurately, for
Re-recording Major
example,
Tom is
and your
much
wounds
more
won't heal as
chipper.
smoothly. Keep an eye on your stamina so you don't run out.
Yeah, a little
To
bit.
recover lost stamina, you can hunt for local flora and fauna. You can use either your tranquilizer gun or your knife to hunt.
My only weapon is a Mark 22 Hush Puppy tranquilizer gun.
That's right. It's been fitted with its own suppressor.
I'm gonna hush your puppies if you keep
However, the
complaining.
suppressor will deteriorate every time you fire. Once its durability reaches 0, the noise suppression effect will be gone. So don't get too trigger happy with it. The suppressor's durability is shown in the icon. Any weapons and equipment beyond what you're carrying now, you'll have to find as you go.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment? Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
Solo covert actions are standard Fox operating procedure. You can't leave any traces of your presence. No weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily waste. The same goes for bullets and cartridges, too. Your presence in enemy territory is already a violation of international conventions of warfare. There aren't supposed to be any American soldiers in Russia. It could spark an international incident. You can't let anyone see you. You can't let the enemy know you're there. This is a stealth mission. You're
European
a ghost,
extreme.
Snake,
Got it.
in every sense of the word. And there'll be no rescue if you're captured. The military and U.S. government will deny any involvement in the affair.
Then I'll just have to take care of myself, huh?
I'm afraid so. You've been given a fake death pill for that purpose. SIS guidelines stipulate that soldiers on covert ops like this one be issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. It'll send you into a state of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead. So how do I come back to life?
Just take the revival pill.
You mean that thing they put in my tooth before the mission?
That's the one. But be
It's a little
careful.
more helpful on the
If you remain in
3DS
a
because it
state
gives
of
you that
false
little
death for
item
too long,
menu to show that
nothing
you
will
can
be
do
able to
that,
bring you back.
Yeah.
Remember that.
which will make the Sorrow
I'll keep
fight
in
a little
mind.
more
You
obvious.
said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means I can't count on any reinforcements.
Correct. The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
Relax. There's a support team ready to back you up over the radio.
Who?
Let's meet our friends.
I'll introduce them to you. This time, survival is of utmost importance. The first member of the
the
support team
gang.
will be in charge of monitoring your physical condition, acting as a medic, so to speak, as well as recording your mission data. She's a member of Fox as well, and she's here on the gunship with me.
She.
Hello, Snake. I'm paramedic. Nice to meet you.
Paramedic.
As in a medic who comes in by parachute.
Aren't you going to tell me your real name?
Are you going to tell me yours, Mr. Snake?
My name, huh? It's John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular Captain Nemo.
A name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week, no one has a name. What's your name?
Jane Doe.
Very funny.
I wasn't joking, but I'll tell you my name only if you manage to make it back alive. My frequency is 145.73.
She's also
It's
in charge of
something
recording
Clark.
your mission data. Whenever you want to save, send a message over the reserved
We
save
never bothered to
frequency,
actually get the rest.
140.96.
So saving lets me record my mission data.
That's right. It also records the state of your health.
Good to know.
There's one more person I want to introduce you to, Snake.
Huh?
Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss, don't you? A legendary soldier and your mentor. Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's authorization in the first place. She's going to be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
Boss is?
Boss.
She also helped me plan this mission. She and I were at SAS together.
Jack, is that you? How many years has it been?
Boss?
That's right. It's me. Talk to me. Let me hear your voice.
Just a whole list of unknowns.
It's been 5 years, 72 days, and 18 hours.
You've lost weight.
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Oh yeah, now that I
course
have
I
a
can.
now that I have a
I
second
know
stick,
all
I
about
can
you.
I can wiggle Snake
Really?
around.
Well, I don't know anything about you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden?
I was on a top secret mission.
Hmm.
You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to
The
teach
boss
me.
is so cool.
No, I taught you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all
they
I
really like.
could. The rest you needed to learn on
And
your
it's
own.
good that she is, because
Techniques, sure.
like it just
But what
all
about
makes
how to think
sense
like a
why
soldier?
How to
everyone
think
is
like a
so
soldier?
obsessed with her.
I can't teach you that. A soldier needs
How
to be strong in
the
Yeah.
spirit,
he
body,
has.
and technique. And the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique.
That is,
In
yeah,
fact,
that's the one
technique doesn't
thing
even matter. What's most
that maybe
important is spirit.
the idea of
Spirit
some of
and
the plot of
body are
Metal
like
Gear
two
Solid
sides
4
of a
got
single
right.
coin. They're the
though.
same thing. I can't teach you how to think.
I don't know if
You'll
maybe
just have to
Kojima got a
figure
little
it
too
out
in
for
love with that
yourself.
idea himself,
Listen to me,
but hey.
Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield. And politics are a living thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that why you abandoned me?
I wish they
No, it
kept
had
the
nothing to
like
do with you. I already
weird
told
Easter
you,
egg
Jack.
for when
I
you're
was on a
able
top
to call the
secret
boss
mission.
in the
A
virtuous
soldier has to
mission.
follow whatever orders he's given.
In Japanese, there was
It's not
something
his
like if
place
you
to
called her
question
enough,
why.
you would get
But you're looking for a reason
like
to fight.
interference
You're
by
a
the sorrow.
natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a soldier. A soldier is a political tool,
Spooky
nothing
ghost
more.
messages.
That's doubly true if he's a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in
I would
his
call the
mission.
boss more
He
this
has
run.
no
I never do.
enemies and no friends. Only the mission. You follow the orders.
I
you're
also
given.
want to say they might
That's
have
what being
added
a soldier is.
some paramedic
Do
movie
whatever I have to
conversations
get
to
the
this
job
version.
done. I don't think about politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later,
have to
your
check.
conscience is going to bother you. In the end, you have to choose whether you're going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun.
I don't know.
There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end.
I wonder what.
Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
It means
More about
devoting yourself
Godzilla
to your
from-
country.
I follow the
few
president and the
years
top
down the line.
brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass won't be there forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their place.
I follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times. People's values change over time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times.
Let me see. To the Metal Gear Wiki.
As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think?
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission, Jack.
All right, but do me a favor.
What is it?
Call me Snake.
Snake. Oh, right. Your codename is Snake. It suits you well.
That's right. The legendary unit that the boss put together during World War II was a snake.
Hi, I'm still
The
here.
Cobra unit, a group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world. As long as you've got a legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
Yes?
It's good to hear your voice again.
Same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake, you are always best at urban warfare and infiltrating buildings. But this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key. Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
CQC? Close quarters combat, huh? I've been in the Green Berets for the past few years. I'm probably pretty rusty.
Not to worry. I'll be here to help you remember. After
Yeah, there's
all,
like
this is your first
one less
actual
guard per
survival
map.
mission. I'll be supporting you over the radio.
Where are you, boss? Next to the Major?
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is
At least on normal mode.
141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
Gotcha.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov. Dr. Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory located to the north of your current position. Avoid heavy combat and don't let anyone see you. Don't forget that this is a stealth mission.
Okay, I might be wrong about the...
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
They did... there's a little bit of re-recording, especially in reference to a certain Easter egg. But outside of that...
Commencing virtuous mission now.
I get to play the game! Hooray!
Time's gone.
Oh, man. This camera is a little touchy. But yes, now I have the gun, and I can aim it as such. Yeah, maybe I should just turn down the sensitivity. I thought I'd need more, but it's pretty intense. Let's get back to defaults.
There's no such thing as an absolute camera sensitivity. It's determined by the times.
And the technology. Yeah, it's a little better. Ugh, I wish there was like a setting between 5 and 6. I also just kind of have an auto aim. If you're not feeling it. Oh, touch suppressor icon on off. Oh, it's just on the touch screen. Wait, you're not gonna give me a button to do that anymore?
Or you must touch.
I guess not. Yeah. It's nice. They put the little suppression durability under your life bar though now, which is all on the bottom screen. So you have this kind of UI-less top screen now.
That is cool.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. Crouch walk my way into the next scene. It's time for some gators.
I don't know anything about Russian pronunciation really, but I'm gonna go out on a limb that basically anytime you see a J in an Eastern European word, it is not pronounced like J.
Usually not. Why can't I collect this box? This gator's guarding this box. Yeah, give me the bug juice. I don't need any more Mark 22 bullets. The mud. The mud and the crud. There we go.
Oh yeah, it's Suppressor Gator.
To suppress. But yes, if you turn on the sonar, it also activates in your bottom screen. Little map on there. It also acts as just a nice mini map, so. Actually, if I turn off the sonar, it might still have a map. Also, I always go into first-person view for this cutscene. I'm just gonna not. It turns out there's still like direct. Oh wait, no, not this one. Sorry, the next one. I'm gonna just not for this one either.
Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47s and grenades.
5.56ers. Pineapple.
Snake, your presence in Soviet territory is already a violation of international law. We can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government are involved. Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either. This is a stealth mission. Got that?
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well you use your camouflage. Change your camouflage by selecting Camouflage from the Survival Viewer. The uniform option.
God bless L'Oreal and just saying camouflage the exact same way.
Your face paint. Choosing camouflage that blends in with your surroundings will help you conceal yourself more effectively. Also, don't forget that anything that moves will stand out in the jungle. If you just stand up and run around like an idiot, you're bound to be spotted. But if you crawl instead, you should be able to sneak by without being noticed. You can see how effective your camouflage is by looking at the Camo Index. The Camo Index shows how well your current camouflage blends in with the surrounding area. The higher the value, the harder you are to spot, and vice versa. The key is to make yourself one with nature. Keep that in mind as you go along, okay?
Thanks, boss. Boss, you failed to explain one thing, though. And that's a very special thing in camouflage. And it's this button in the corner with a camera on it. Oh no, that's the camera button. Sorry, it's this button here that says photo camo. So, you can upload pictures to the 3DS.
I like that they're not all the same. Some of them are actually...
No, it's determined by their colors.
Yeah.
I actually grabbed a couple new pictures. These are really old. This is some art by Sari, actually. She probably remembers a lot of this. I'm gonna delete him, I'm sorry. The picture is still there. I'm gonna keep this Poliwhirl. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna delete Milo. I'm gonna keep the Bison. I'm gonna delete Santa Boomer. This is a really close up. This really close up weird picture of a Spyro stylus I have. But yeah, let's see about adding a couple more. Let's drag it all the way back. Because I uploaded a few new pictures. Like Xehanort. And the Samus. And our good friend the Genie. And this guy. And Pikachu. I uploaded more, but they just didn't import. I don't know what happened. I genuinely don't know how to fix it. Let's make a Xehanort camo. You can only capture like a little bit of him though.
Well, that's the bit you want.
Yeah, that's the bit you want. Yeah, let's see it. Oh, yeah. That's the stuff. Just a big old Xehanort eye on my sleeve.
There's no, like, even across the back, it isn't just, like, the image.
No. Let's see. We can have more, though. Let's... Effective in green environments. Yeah, some of the color recognition is a little bizarre, which makes it pretty fun. I want this cool Samus, and I want to see what happens when we make this cool Samus a... Oh, wait. No. I don't know. I guess... Yeah, she's gonna have to be... just the head, I guess.
I'd go, like, have the head occupy the right half of the frame so we get a decent chunk of pink in there.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, let's see it. Effective in white environments.
I guess that'll...
So is Poliwhirl. Oh, wait, no. That's effective in no particular environment. Let me see here.
These are my pokey pajamas.
They're so comfy.
Sometimes I wear them if I'm just going out to the corner store.
We definitely got to get this guy. I wish I could, like, shrink the image.
That is odd that they don't let you scale it at all.
Yeah, let's see it. Yeah. Unrecognizable. Have a good day.
Oh, another RMI.
I also took some fresh pictures. There's one I definitely want to try and get. So I'll go find that one. That was over here. Took a picture of my Game Boy, though it's only going to have a few things in it, I realize, because it will be cropped. This picture took wider than it was saying it did. Like, I cropped it to that Game Boy. I don't know. Do we just get the Game Boy screen?
That would almost be, like, if it's just the screen, it's green enough. I think it might actually work as camo for a lot of the game.
That's right. I don't know. I should have tilted this picture the other way. Should rotate it. 50 Shades Camo. Well, like, so one of the ones I tried to upload was a clip of the 50 Shades box art that I did. And that one didn't import. I was also going to have Danger Woman logo.
Oh.
I know, yeah, that would have been fun. Ice Blue Snake. Effective in water, alright. Got a couple more slots.
Couple spots that could be relevant.
Let's see here. 50 Shades Camo %. Yeah, I had a stock image of a Game Boy that I was also going to use with no reflections or anything. I got this Pokemon playing poker, Jurassic Park helmet, Clan Ad Collector's Edition. Yomiko. Pair of Octolings. I don't know. What do you think?
Let's see. I kind of like the Jurassic Park one. It's going to be awful camo, but
We'll see. Just get the logo, yeah. Yeah.
maybe in rocky environments.
Yeah, it might
like
it might count as desert camo. Green environments.
If you say so.
All right, we got room for one more. I guess we could also delete old ones. I'm kind of torn between these Octolings and this Yomiko. Yomiko's kind of just neutral colors.
Yeah, Gopher says Yomiko.
Gopher does say Yomiko. I don't know how much of her we can capture. I guess we can just get her in frame. With the books and everything.
Yeah.
I love how the Jurassic Park one is perfectly displayed.
Yeah.
Just backwards.
First thought of Ahagao hoodie camo.
Oh my god, that's what I should have done. Oh, fuck. We don't have time.
No. Yeah. What a shame.
Well, you know, I could probably Google image it and then just take a picture of it with my 3DS if I so chose. Or screenshot it from a Google image from my 3DS. Anyways, that Yomiko camo is weird. What is this? Green environments. Okay. Frog is even better. The Get Out Frog is even better in in this grassy areas.
It's time for the Get Out Frog to get us in.
We have a lot of green. A lot of things that just perplexingly match green environments. This doesn't have any particular environment, so we'll delete it. Neither does Poliwhirl, but like, I want to keep Poliwhirl. I'll do the Octolings for this one and see what happens. I think we can only get her. What a shame. All right, let's see it. Gray environments. Okay. All right, well, we want to be we want to have our optimal equipment. So let's get our frog camo. You cannot do photo camo for the thing. Also, you do just get the mask.
We did say we like all MGS, so maybe.
Oh no, all MGS gets you one grenade camo. If you select you haven't played any MGS, all the new camos are in your inventory.
Huh.
All right, I'm stealthed. I'll post it up. This is what you meant, right, boss? Yeah, okay, you still get a map on the thing. Anyways, we got dudes. So you best be careful.
Not be detected.
Yeah, it's not loud. I'm at 100% camo index. I'm invisible. Other thing imported from Peace Walker. Yeah, she's looking right at me. Huh? Is when you hit people, it does this little damage icon. From downtown. Oh, that was a bird. I got a bird.
Major acquired the bird.
Birdie. Where's that other guy? I always just kind of go right so I don't have to deal with it, but kind of lost him in the shuffle. Oh, I hear him.
Yeah, he must be the dot that's kind of like a little bit north of you. Yeah. Yeah,
There he is. There's like one other dude.
What is that?
Frog is like not good outside of the grass, for the record.
Oh yeah, there's another dude.
Oh, god damn it.
HQ respond.
The fucking radio guy.
This is HQ. Patrol here.
We gotta get out of here, Snake.
There's something wrong.
No, there's not. You could get a screenshot of the game and get Camo. Okay, this is the one I always look in first-person view for. But there's actually just direction if you don't hit the button.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Fucking frogs. I'm gonna switch to a more generic green camo.
God, just one eyeball per cheek on the back there.
Hold on, I gotta see again. Oh boy.
When you stare at his ass, the ass stares back.
I'm in the grass, so nothing is going to technically be better. Put on my Yomiko camo.
Yomiko camo. Yomiko Sneakman.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. This is where the gyroscopic controls come in.
Curious what happens if you, like, just fuck it up.
I mean, you totally can in the original. That bridge is nasty.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, I keep forgetting to call people.
Major, I've reached the abandoned factory where Sokolov is
It's
supposed
only
to
like
be
3
held.
maps.
This place is a dump.
Yeah. You gotta call the boss soon if you want to get a hold of her.
I can't see Sokolov from here. The security is pretty tight. There are sentries posted around the perimeter. I wonder how many are inside.
One less than usual.
Your objective, Sokolov, is inside the factory. They should be holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Northeast section. Got it.
Be careful. Your mission is to bring Sokolov back alive. He must not be exposed to any kind of danger. And do not approach Sokolov while in the alert phase.
Right.
Oh, and one more thing, Snake.
You mean there's more?
No, it's just that when you get to Sokolov, I want you to tell him something from me.
And that is?
Sorry for being so late.
Is that all?
Yes.
Understood. Beginning my approach to the target.
Actually, hold on. I'm lonely. Oh, wait, no. You can just do quick radio from here. There you go. Boss, I'm lonely. Oh no! It's too late! Dang it. My one thing. Well, we better save at least.
Saving the game, Snake?
We gotta get our movie talk.
Hey, Snake, you ever heard of Godzilla, King of Monsters?
No, what is it?
It's a movie. You haven't seen it?
Nope.
It's about this monster called Godzilla, who grows to an enormous size in a nuclear test and goes on a rampage in Tokyo.
Nuclear test, huh? Then the Marshall Islands must be crawling with giant monsters right about now.
It's just make-believe.
Maybe that's why my pants have been so tight lately.
Snake, it's a movie, not a report out of Los Alamos.
I know. So then what happened?
Godzilla is immune to all weapons, and humanity has no way to stop the monster. Dr. Shirazawa develops a new type of weapon, but meanwhile, Godzilla is getting closer and closer to Tokyo, obliterating everything in its path. It was originally a Japanese movie, but they made an American version, too. I recommend seeing the original Japanese one if you ever get the chance. It's mostly mindless fun, but it's also got a serious anti-nuke message as well.
Where can I see the original?
You'll just have to go to Japan.
Really? That's too bad.
Well, if you wait 40 years, you might be able to see it in America, too.
Why's that?
2004 will be Godzilla's 50th birthday.
You think they're still going to be making Godzilla movies then?
Of course. Everybody loves
Everybody
Godzilla.
loves Godzilla.
You sure know a lot about
Everybody loves
movies.
Godzilla.
I don't suppose you're the movie-watching type, are you?
Not really.
Okay, then I'll tell you everything I know. When the going gets tough, movies can save your life. It's always good to be able to look at things from a different perspective when you get in a jam. That's the magic of movies.
No kidding. Well, I guess it might at least make a nice distraction.
That's the spirit, Snake. Have a little fun.
And I wanted to call the boss. I'm annoyed at myself. I'm gonna do this, and then I got distracted by Camo.
Boss refuses to talk to you while you're dressed like this.
Should we just, like... I was gonna say, should we just murder, but I guess our murder options are limited in the Virtuous mission. I don't even think I managed to get a grenade.
Huh? Who's that?
Okay.
What's going on?
Maybe, yeah, kind of crept up a little fast. Forgot to stop. Sokolov, help. Sokolov, help. They didn't chase me very out.
He's definitely here somewhere. Flush him out.
Yep. Come on. Come on. I don't know why I'm using my, like, capture stuff as a screen. It's a terrible idea.
This is HQ.
No, actually, you know what? We want...
Acknowledged. Keep your eyes open.
So, I know what happens if you throw snakes at people, but what if you throw the bird you got it?
I think it might actually do a thing.
HQ,
Yeah, birds love to flap and peck at people.
This is HQ.
Patrol here. No problems detected.
Understood. Return to your position.
Oh, I gotta equip them as weapons. I keep hitting B. Backpack, backpack. I'm going to use my fake touchscreen. Food. Snake sees things in 3 categories: gun, other, and food. Alright. First, I want to try this. I don't think I managed to get in the hole. No, yeah, they're barred. They're too barred. We'll keep the snake just in case. In case we need to throw a snake at people. Yeah, let's throw a bird at this guy. Gotta get our bird ready.
Huh? What's that sound?
He seems unimpressed.
I'd be impressed by a bird.
Is he looking at it? Is the bird just right there? Is there a bird at his feet, or did it fly away?
Must have flown away.
Yeah, looks like it.
I don't.
Don't see a
Resolution's
bird.
a bit too crunchy for me to.
It is a little crunchy.
What the? Huh? Who's that?
Where is it? It's nothing.
Nobody here.
Where was that guy? Where you at, buddy?
Dismantle that wall.
I'm trying. I can do that.
Who's that?
Yeah, probably should have figured. Okay, he's up there. Die. I think I got him.
Now, Snake, you were specifically for
Well, consider this.
Snake's just thinking, I'm gonna feed all these guys to the gators. Oh, or maybe they'll just fade away.
Yeah, we can't retain the bodies as much. There's still a guy alive?
No, it's ticking down pretty fast. So, if there... Oh, yeah, somebody.
Somebody's out there. Oh, this guy's alive. Yeah.
Snake.
I know there's just a certain thing. There we go. There's a certain thing if you just fucking murk everybody in that zone. Is that Yomiko Reedman, Camo?
You must be Sokolov.
Are you one of Volgin's men? You'll never get it from me.
No. I'm a CIA agent. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain.
You're CIA?
Yeah. I was sent by Major Zero.
It's like a weird like letterboxing, like the resolution wasn't enough on a 3DS for the cinematic cutscenes.
I have a message from him.
There's just these itty bitty black bars.
He said to tell you sorry for being so late.
I'm not.
Did he now?
Like,
what does it mean?
I'm not sure what the resolution actually
It
is on those
means
screens.
he's
what
a
the
man
aspect
of his
ratio is
word.
compared to a TV.
Super wide
We've got
screen.
no time for this. You have to get me out of here before they arrive.
Who's they?
Colonel Volgin of Gru. You in the West know him as Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt? Never heard of him.
He's a member of the Army's extremist faction, a man who seeks to seize control of the motherland. Ever since the Cuban Missile Crisis 2 years ago, Khrushchev has been pursuing a policy of peaceful coexistence with the West.
The Minions guy.
Despite resistance and criticism from hawks in the army and the provincial authorities, Khrushchev has managed to suppress the opposition so far. But the failure of his agricultural policies has put him in a precarious position. And on top of that, the tragedy last November.
President Kennedy's assassination.
Precisely. In a sense, Khrushchev has lost his biggest partner, and his power base is rapidly crumbling away. A certain group is plotting to use this opportunity to seize power by rallying the anti-government forces, overthrowing Khrushchev, and installing Brezhnev and Kosygin in his place. The mastermind behind this plot is Colonel Volgin of the GRU. He has control over another secret weapons research facility much like this one, OKB-812, known as the Granin Design Bureau, and is using it to further his plans. But that is not enough to satisfy him. Now he's plotting to seize the secret
Granin
weapons
Design
I've
Bureau
been
line
developing
always
here
gets me.
and
I
use
don't know,
as
it just
leverage in
sounds
his bid for
inserted.
power. The intelligence says that they are going to make their move during the test.
Then, the soldiers outside.
Exactly. They wouldn't need that many men just to keep me inside. Their orders were to prevent Colonel Volgin from capturing me. Even if it meant killing me in the process, or so it would seem. Volgin will come. I'm sure of it. You must get me out of here before then.
Leave it to me.
By the way, your Russian is superb.
I'm speaking
Where
Russian.
did you learn to speak it?
From my mentor.
Is that so? America's truly a frightening country.
Having second thoughts.
No. I have no love for this place. Let's go.
Let me just talk to my guy.
Major, this is Snake. Sokolov is safe with me. He's doing fine. No injuries.
Good work, Snake. Now hurry up and get Sokolov to the recovery point. We'll rendezvous with you there.
Roger.
What about the sentries?
I had to kill them. There was no other way. But no one will know we were involved.
I see.
What about the boss?
We lost contact with the boss some time ago.
Right.
What happened?
Won't ask
Probably
anymore.
just a weak signal. Just hurry and get Sokolov out of there.
Had to kill them.
No other option.
Oh, it's time. It's time for the boy.
Oh, here he is.
Here comes the special boy. Oh, I should have been wearing the frog camo. So the first three Metal Gear Solid games are, at least by design in one of them, and then I don't know if as much by design in this one, basically the same. And I guess it's all kind of intentional. This sort of cycle that keeps repeating. But there's just like completely direct stand-ins at every point for each other. And I realized way too late that Sokolov is supposed to be Otacon.
Huh? We meet at last.
I want to see him in 3D.
Only with how
from
you're
the
just
Ocelot
asked
unit of
if you were an
Spetsnaz.
otaku too.
What's a crew soldier doing here?
Soldier?
Let me adjust my hat so you know who I am. I'm watching this in 3D. I have to lean in.
He's the Ocelot commander.
That's Major Ocelot to you. And don't you forget it.
God, I love this extremely extra bitch who loves drama.
Sokolov is ours. Now get out of here.
And Ocelot never lets his prey escape.
What?
Huh? Take the shot, idiot. The tiny little scream. It does get me every time. I just realized that shot is like the same framing as when you kill the boss.
I can't say it feels good to kill a comrade, even if it is for the GRU.
Sokolov, take cover.
I was just about to think, yeah, it's probably just a coincidence, but there is, having to betray for a cause.
Right?
You're not the boss, are you?
Betraying someone for a cause. Also, if you want to be really silly about it and read into more than... I talked over the meow, I'm so sorry.
GRU operatives!
What is that stance? Huh. That gun.
That camo.
If you're not the boss, then die. Major! Leave it! Shoot the other one! Whoa!
I'm not saying it's a perfect allegory, but I will say if we're going to be reading it into things that definitely do not deserve to be read into, Ocelot was also the guy Ocelot shot was also facing the opposite direction as the boss is in the final scene, and you could say he's a dark mirror. It would have worked better if he was shooting from the right, though.
Didn't you? I see what you were trying to do, but testing a technique you've only heard about in the middle of battle wasn't very smart. You were asking to have your gun jam on you. Besides, I don't think you're cut out for an automatic in the first place. You tend to twist your elbow to absorb the recoil. That's more of a revolver technique.
Hi, I'm a gun otaku.
You filthy American dog!
But that was some fancy shooting. You're pretty good.
Pretty good.
Well, that was weird. I personally am not going to think about this event ever again.
Major, do you read me?
I read you. Snake, you all right?
I've run into a few snags.
You all right, buddy?
These guys were after Sokolov, too. Apparently, they were taking orders from a GRU colonel named Volgan.
A GRU colonel?
Part of an internal Soviet power struggle, according to Sokolov. Something between the KGB and GRU. Between Khrushchev's supporters and Volgan's.
Sokolov was being guarded by the KGB and hunted by GRU? Snake, it sounds like this could be even hotter than Cuba.
I don't like it. Something about the whole thing stinks.
I agree. You'd better hurry.
Sokolov ran off by himself, but I'll catch up to him.
We're counting on you.
He's very slow. Well. Pardon me, everybody. Pardon me, soldiers. Oh, I always fall off that one. I guess, yeah, I could have gotten the... Oh, no, these are just a suppressor. I thought the shotgun... No, that's after. Anyways, think fast, Ocelot. He's okay, folks.
Only a little barrel.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
There it is.
Yes, they changed.
Yoshi.
It's Yoshi. Yoshi.
Hey, I'm that green lizard from Mario.
Hey, I'm the fucking green lizard from Mario. The video so much.
Does that mean that if you get all of them, you get Yoshi Camo?
Yes.
Nice.
It's not that unusual of a replacement. Actually, I believe if we call Paramedic apparently talks about Karatan, originally, and they did have her re-record it to say Yoshi. Let's see if she says it.
I see you caught yourself a reticulated python.
No.
By the way, Snake.
What?
What was that little lecture back there?
Lecture?
You were instructing the GRU commander.
Oh yeah, I forgot she points this
Something
out.
about the first round or his hand?
Yeah.
What was that supposed to mean?
Well, whenever he put a new clip in his gun, he'd always load the first round by hand, whether there was a round left in the chamber or not. It's a technique they teach in the Middle East. By making sure there's always a round in the chamber, you eliminate the risk of pulling the trigger with nothing to fire. He must have heard about it from someone or read it somewhere. In any case, he probably wanted to try it out for himself. And he was obviously motivated by vanity to show off his new technique. That's when you make mistakes. The battlefield is an unforgiving place. The only techniques you can rely on are the ones you've mastered through experience and practice.
Uh-huh. And what were you saying about him being more suited to revolvers?
When he fired, he was bending his elbow sharply to avoid the recoil. It looked like he wasn't aware he was doing it, but that habit can be either a fatal flaw or a gift.
What do you mean?
Automatic weapons use recoil to operate, so if you don't let the recoil hit you, it interferes with the operating cycle of the gun. Basically,
some education
he
for
shouldn't
ya.
be trying to avoid the impact like that. But with a revolver, there's no need to let the recoil hit you. Just the opposite. Avoiding the recoil lets you reduce the strain on your hand and arm. That kid might just be handy with a high-caliber revolver.
Handy? Are you listening to yourself?
What do you mean?
He's the enemy. Why are you giving him advice?
I just like guns and I like talking about guns.
Snake.
I don't know. For some reason, I couldn't help but point it out to him.
Snake, are you all right?
Strong bone structure in his face. It's not traditionally attractive, but there's something kind of mesmerizing.
I see you've got yourself a Baltic hornet's nest.
No.
That area is home to
No.
the gauge below your...
No. Tell me about Yoshi.
Snake, there are rats living in that... I see you have a cow.
I love Japan.
Eat food to recover stamina. To take a rest, all you have to... To eat food... That area is home to... If you have any questions...
Tell me about Yoshi.
When you get hurt...
You know, I
that
never
area
really
is home to the particular...
twigged to Paramedic's accent. Just got just like a... Sounds to me just like a little bit of a southern accent.
That's weird, because she's like from Boston, isn't she?
I don't know, maybe. Something about like the way she says food. It kind of
That
dips in
area
the
is
middle.
home to the reticulated python.
Area.
The reticulated python is said to be the longest snake in the world. It's not venomous, but it still poses a threat, so watch out.
Yeah, she's born in Boston. But
Snake,
that
there
could
are
just
rats
be,
living in that area.
you know, voice actors.
That area is...
Why don't you tell me about Yoshi? Is it a post-Virtuous Mission thing? I don't think Yoshi was... I don't think Karatan was even supposed to be in Virtuous Mission. Boss, where are you? Okay. Well, let's get one more
Do you want to
save.
save?
I'm glad I accidentally got
Snake, do you know the creature from
The
the Black
ocelot
Lagoon?
conversation, though.
Nope, never heard of it.
These scientists are investigating a place deep in the Amazon called the Black Lagoon, and they get picked off one after the other by this fishman thing. And there was this scene when the heroine is going for a swim, and the creature sneaks up on her from underwater.
Get Heather Haley
I
to
thought my heart was going to
fucking
stop.
record,
I mean, of course, the 3D
re-record
effects
all
of
of
it coming from
paramedics'
outer
dialogue in a
space were
Boston
lot more
accent.
intense, but
It wouldn't be referring to you coming from outer space, would it?
how rude! Why do you say that?
Because no one on Earth could be as charming as you.
Wink.
Fine, I'll just get to the point, Snake. Be careful of what's around you when you're in the water. Just imagining you swimming in those jungle rivers makes me think of you being attacked by a fishman.
I appreciate the concern.
Fishmen aren't the only things that'll attack you in the water. Really be careful out there.
But they might be.
And don't be attacking any pretty girls going for a swim, either.
Are you calling me a fishman?
You started it.
The fucking low Yoshi. I'm glad they used, like, N64 era Yoshi. Oh yeah, let's change our camo. Should I go with my usual strategy of changing back to default camo? For cinematic parallels, or should I find something really dumb?
I'd say something really dumb.
Like Polyworld. Snake, get in your pajamas. It's time for a very serious cutscene. It's like on his back, it's really prominently displayed. It's just kind of jumbled otherwise. Beep-womp. I miss when Yoshi sounded like a squeak toy.
You okay? Those men were from the Ocelot unit.
Spetsnaz?
Yes. The best crew has to offer. They're coming for me. I'm finished.
Calm down. I'll get you out of here, I promise. And we've got some of the best backup we could ask for.
Look.
Cool tank.
That's what they were making you build?
Yes. The Xehanort. The treading behemoth. A tank capable of launching nuclear IRBMs.
It can launch nuclear missiles from that kind of terrain?
Oh, yes.
No. It needs a runway.
Support from friendly units.
A nuclear-equipped tank capable of operating...
I guess they gave it drills and shit, so I guess if you don't necessarily need a runway, is what they're implying.
Is that
you just kind of mow down the forest?
No, this is only the end of Phase 1. It won't be truly finished until we complete
Phase 2.
Phase 2.
The weapon's true form. If it is completed and the Colonel gets his hands on it, it will mean the end of the Cold War.
I mean,
the
I
end of
assume
the
it can
Cold
launch
War.
missiles a shorter distance without a runway.
And then the Age of Fear will
But would you want to do that for nukes?
World War.
I had no choice
Like,
but
with
to
the runway
cooperate.
can hit, other continents.
didn't want to
It could
die.
maybe hit Europe
I
from.
wanted to see my wife and
runway. I
child
don't know.
again in America. Please.
Yeah, I
take
mean,
me
you'd
to
probably need
America.
less of a
Quickly.
build-up because it's basically
They
based on
cannot
physics
complete it
launching.
Without my help.
Got it. Let's go.
Like the first stage of a rocket. Hey, Snake, back from the Arctic.
Boss?
Good work, Jack.
I know on Tumblr I've
What are you
seen somebody
doing
post
here?
exactly how much
Sokolov
those things
comes
weigh.
with me.
I think it's something like 200 pounds.
Just each?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's 2 dummy nuclear missiles and a launcher.
Hornets.
Or not dummy nuclear, sorry, like mini nuclear missiles. That's a hefty fucking payload. And the skybox doesn't look so bad when you're on the 3DS. Anyways, the boss is jacked, and we all know it. She will just hoist whole people in each arm.
My friends, let us fight together again.
I have waited long for this day.
We will fight with you once more.
Boss, were your friends always so evil?
Back, boss.
Now that all 5 of us are together, it's time we go to the depths of hell itself.
Like, this seemed like a real easy sell to them.
It's raining blood.
Is
he crying?
Did a ghost just go to your helicopter?
Kuwabara, Kuwabara. Ah, what a joyful scene.
Colonel Vogan.
Welcome to my country. And to my unit.
Boss, what is this?
I'm defecting to the Soviet Union. Sokolov is a little gift from my new hosts.
Recoilless nuclear warheads. These will make a fine...
I remember a similar diagram to stuff that weighs a whole lot. There's a part in K-On! where Moogie is like one-handing her Korg Triton.
Are we taking him with us?
And someone was like, that weighs like
This
as
one
much
is
as a
still just
mortar
child,
launcher.
Too pure for us Cobras. He has not yet found an emotion to carry into battle.
What are you talking about?
Think you can pull the trigger?
Maybe in like a few hours. Cool.
He's seen my face. We can't let him live.
You don't really blend in the crowd, dude.
If Khrushchev finds out about this, we're finished. He must die.
Wait. He's my apprentice. I'll take care of him. Jack, You can't come with us.
Pull my finger, Jack. She can just one hand, 200 pounds each. She'll have to snake up with a single choke slam.
The new blood has been rejected.
The judo throws.
Are we done here?
Now, on to Sokolov's research.
Vulcan's dialogue never fails to make me laugh.
Xehanort is ours.
Drift away. My place is with them now.
If there's one thing I've always been pleased with in this game, it's that you can just mirror the boss's outfits in both your major meetings with her. Thanks for not breaking my,
Snake, can
my
you hear
dominant
me?
arm.
Yeah. Just barely.
You always work the last.
Snake, listen to me. You need emergency
See, it was
medical
really
treatment. Can you move?
a major wrestling like spot.
You've got to get those wounds treated. Hang in
Comes
there.
in, she counters, she works the arm.
All right, let's get you fixed up.
Goes in
Paramedic?
for the fake handshake,
Okay, Snake.
pulls him in
Just
with the
relax
gut punch,
and
with
it'll all be
the
over
with the
before
forearm.
you-
She didn't even like punch. It was like a forearm to the gut.
Stay with me. I've
then
seen
a hip
people in
toss.
worse shape before. Think you can handle it?
Major. The boss. She's defected.
We'll talk about that later. First, we've got to get you patched up.
Okay, here we go. First, open the survival viewer with the start button. If you select cure, you can start the treatment.
There's another re-record.
Healing is divided into treatment using medicine and surgical treatment. Your injuries include a fractured left elbow and rib bone, and lacerations on your upper arms, right elbow, and abdomen. They need to be fixed using surgical treatment. First, select the affected part of your body by using the touchscreen. Once you've done so, a list of medical items will be displayed. Choose the item you want to use, then press the enter button. With this method, you can use items to help your recovery process. To treat a bone fracture, first secure...
All right. It's weird. Yeah, tell me about Yoshi. Come on. It's all I want. Splint. Bandage. Deep cut. Disinfect. Styptic. Bandage. Suture. I think you can skip one of those. Styptic, bandage, suture? Oh no, maybe they don't let you do that anymore. Disinfect that shit. Always disinfect your wounds, kids. Maybe you don't need the bandage. Hold on. No, yeah. No, they want it all. I could have sworn there was something you could skip with cuts. Maybe I'm thinking bullet wounds.
Cigar only. Just cauterize everything.
Yeah. After this fucking scene. Ugh.
I've never had any joints dislocated.
Shoulder's been popped out twice. The first time I got my shoulder dislocated, they couldn't reset it normally. And they had to, like, knock me out and, like, put me on my side and then, like, really, like, pull my arm out and wrench it back in.
Well,
the second time, they were able to do it really easily.
Good job, Snake.
We're coming to get you now.
I'm glad I got knocked out for that first one. It was the best part.
Can you set it up?
It's like, cool, I get to take a nap now. Thank you, doctor. It's Jeffrey the Skeleton. Oh, that was the other one I put in there. I had Jeffrey with a flaming background, but that one didn't get imported. I'm really sad. I wanted that one most of all.
Xehanort.
There's a series of, have you ever seen those, like, bonus videos? Like, you've probably seen the one with Raiden, time traveling.
Yes.
There was a couple more. There's like one where, like, the end is, like, everywhere. And it's pretty funny. There's one that's this scene, but the boss and Snake are playing rock, paper, scissors from the ground in the helicopter.
Something just occurred to me. Why? Like, the Xehanort doesn't end up very far from where it just was. Like, it's walking distance, explicitly.
Well, it's like over a mountain and through the trees. Grandmother's house we go. Like,
Or did they, like, have to helicopter it to the place that...
A great success. Thanks to
probably.
the boss and her cobras.
Because they're taking it to a much more visible spot now. Their giant base.
What are we going to do with the girl?
I kind of assumed that's where it started.
They probably did. They probably, like, helicoptered it over and then... Or it was just being finished here. Like, this is supposedly a, secret area for research.
I suppose maybe there's another weapons facility that we don't actually go to.
Not so fast, my dear.
The weapons facility across the street from the weapons facility.
Yeah.
Big rivals.
They'll never suspect. The impenetrable fortress of Groznygrad.
Kiss of death.
Are you KGB?
We may be able to use her.
You gotta tell me if you're KGB.
She has spunk.
Shall we take her back to the base?
Perhaps we should. We have no further use for Sokolov's research facility. I think it's time I gave this marvelous new toy a try.
It's a good thing you packed two.
Colonel, even if they are our enemies, they're still our countrymen.
But it
won't be me that pulled the trigger. It'll be our friend, the American defector.
You're going to nuke your fellow Russians?
Remember the Alamo.
Colonel!
Okay, so yeah, that's the facility where it started. It's just very close to the facility where it ends up.
Yeah, like the place where you find Sokolov, I think is supposed to be it.
That's like,
or at least like a portion of it, you know? Because you gotta come back here eventually, and it's like, oh, this place is nuked to shit, but it's okay.
only a little bit radioactive.
You can take it. You've taken it before. There's no reason, like, that wouldn't accumulate, right, Snake? That's how radiation works, right? Yeah, sure. Oh! The whole thing crashed.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh! That's not good. One moment, folks. Oh, oops. Probably shouldn't have closed that so soon. No, you can see my background. One moment, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, we should be back. We got another cutscene to watch. It's okay, ladies and gentlemen.
Currently flying over the Arctic Ocean, altitude 30,000 feet, approaching Soviet airspace. Arriving at the designated drone launch point. Drone oil pressure and voltage are nominal. Payload oxygen supply is nominal. Power supply to payload antifreeze system shows no problems. No gusts. All systems go for drone detachment.
Snake, we can't risk a halo jump this time around. Airspace security has gotten tighter since we were last here. We can't get as close to the ground as we did during the Virtuous mission. So instead, we'll be using one of our newest weapons. Snake, you're being given an honor on par with Alan Shepard. This is our last chance. Show your patriotism. If you fail, you'll be back in a hospital bed again, waiting for the firing squad.
Don't fuck up. Alright, you're back, we're back.
So how does it feel to be a patient in one of the most advanced ICUs
I've given up
in the
on the
world?
controller.
Would you do me a favor
for
and
now.
tell the suits about visiting hours?
Same.
I'll never get better with
If
them
it crashes
assaulting
again,
day
we'll
and
give
night
it
with their
another shot.
questions.
But I don't feel like
Must be part
constantly
of the top brass's
resetting.
inquiry.
More like an interrogation. According to them, I'm a traitor and an accomplice to the boss's defection.
They're just looking for a scapegoat.
Does that mean they're after you, too?
Let's just say neither one of us is going to be made a national hero out of this.
Does this mean Fox is going to die?
No. This fox is still one step ahead of the hounds. The reason I came to see you
At least
today,
now I can do the 3D.
Jack,
the 3D.
it's time for
effect
Fox to clear its
easier
name.
on my own
What are you
eyes.
talking about?
The situation has changed. We've still got a chance to come out of this one alive.
Yeah, what kind of chance?
Don't get too excited. Here, have a cigar. It's Cuban. This morning, I had a meeting with the CIA.
Thankfully, the save went through before it crashed. Also,
No.
so we're just on track.
Something even bigger. Yesterday, the White House received an unexpected call.
Oh, it's time for my favorite cutscene, the one that feels like a Legends of the Hidden Temple backstory thing.
It was a hotline call from Khrushchev to President Johnson.
From the
Feels like Olmec should be narrating
That's
this.
right.
A few days ago, one of our country's main design bureaus, OKB 754, was destroyed in a nuclear explosion.
At about the same time, our anti-aircraft radar picked up a signature that appeared to come from one of your military aircraft. Does any of this sound familiar to you? In retaliation, I have placed our armed forces on secondary alert. Depending on your response, I may be left with no choice but to order the military to maximum alert and unleash Armageddon. With the help of your predecessor, I was able to survive the Cuban incident. But my power is not as great as it once was. If I am to survive this crisis, I must have your full cooperation.
I should have contacted you myself. Did you know that one of our soldiers defected to your country a week ago?
No.
So you haven't heard that.
I'm a little flabbergasted that someone has not heard of Nickelodeon game shows.
Volgin.
Volgin. And we're getting old.
The Brezhnev faction.
I don't think... I'm pretty sure Kika's not that much young, if at all. I don't know if Kika's younger than us.
During World War II, she was the one who led us to victory in that war. In Russia,
can't remember,
you know
honestly.
her as Voyevoda.
You mean the boss? The mother of your special forces?
Yes, that's the one.
I guess that'll do it.
And she took 2 miniature nuclear shells along with her.
The boss took 2 miniature nuclear shells.
I'm afraid so. I believe they were a gift for her new hosts. The Davy Crockett Atomic Battle Group delivery system was completed 2 years ago. But serious problems were found with the launcher's range and precision. Although they were mass-produced, they've never been deployed in battle.
But Sokolov's research facility was completely wiped out. The whole area is polluted.
I can only offer you my deepest condolences over this terrible tragedy.
So, the boss, with Colonel Volgin's help, stole 2 experimental nuclear shells and took them with her as gift when she defected. Then, shortly thereafter, Sokolov's design lab, a top-secret military research facility, was destroyed by one of these weapons. Am I right so far?
Yes, that's correct.
And the American government denies any involvement in the affair. Is that right as well?
That's correct. We were not involved in any way.
Then what was a U.S. military aircraft doing on our radar screen? It was clearly in a violation of our airspace. And yet you say it was not acting under your orders.
That's correct.
You expect me to believe that this was all the work of a single soldier?
I don't know what else to tell you.
The army insists that this is all a ploy on your part.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. Our government had nothing to do with it.
And I would like dearly to believe you. However, I'm afraid my power over the military has weakened since the Cuban incident. I will need some kind of proof that this was not the action of the American government.
Do you think Kojima had seen Dr. Strangelove by now? Oh yeah, he super did, because Paramedic talks about it.
You must catch the boss yourselves and recover the remaining nuclear device.
I always just kind of wonder how like fresh his watches of certain movies are.
Prove our
per game.
Yes, preferably something painful.
I know this was definitely Metal Gear Solid 3 was definitely in Kojima's like
the boss should
big David Bowie phase.
How about a little co-action?
I would not expect too much if I were you. The political situation here is unstable. And Colonel Volgin is a member of the Brezhnev faction, which seeks to topple.
Why do you think he was feeling David Bowie
1
more?
week.
This one
You have
or
only
5?
1 week. And if
This
it's not
one.
too much to ask, do something
I
about
think he even
Volgin
like
as well.
inserted a few David
What
Bowie
is that
lyrics
supposed to mean?
into dialogue.
Nothing means nothing. Call it a modest gentleman's agreement to ensure our continued relationship.
What if we can't prove our innocence?
Then I will be unable to restrain the military. I will be ousted, and they will seek their revenge.
A nuclear attack on the United States?
leave the disposal of this situation entirely to your discretion, Mr. President.
Disposal.
If you fail, it will mean the beginning of a new world war.
To put it simply, in order to avoid a full-scale nuclear conflict, we have to prove that America was not involved in that explosion.
And eliminating the boss.
Can you imagine if someone's first experience of this game was the 3DS version?
The higher-ups have decided that you're the only one capable of pulling this off.
The only Metal Gear game to ever go on the 3DS.
Screw this one up, and we'll both be 6 feet under. There's no choice.
Yeah, if you aren't familiar with Metal Gear and kind of its
Are the Russians going to be helping us?
Methods,
The KGB has promised to lend us
least
one
a
of their
little bit
communications satellites
wild.
so that you and I can talk to each other.
Been playing for 2.5 hours.
That's
and
it.
About
They've also put us in
half
touch with a couple of
that was
insiders.
uninteractive.
Insiders?
There was a defection in September 1960. Do you remember it?
You mean the 2 NSA codebreakers who went over to the Soviet Union?
Precisely. Since then, they've apparently been training with the KGB for exactly this kind of situation. Their code names are Adam and Eva. I've been told that Adam has infiltrated Volgin's ranks. I've also arranged for him to provide you with an escape route. You'll need to rendezvous with him when you get there.
I just mean the 3DS version. Yeah, specifically this, with all its quirks, but also, yeah, like, you're just like, oh yeah, I got this cool game on the 3DS, I'm gonna take it on the bus or whatever, and you're spending your entire bus ride watching a fucking cutscene.
It's fast. Estimated airspeed exceeding Mach 3. Bearing south. I'm about to lose it.
About to freaking lose it.
The MGS3, like, it's so...
It's really good. It's that Hans Zimmer, man. Man knows how to make an action movie score. It's probably why that movie The Rock feels so Metal Gear to me. I think the music plays a huge part in that.
It's no secret that Kojima absolutely loves movies. But I feel he, like, reflects that in a much more sensible way in his games than, like, say, David Cage.
Mm-hmm.
This is Snake. Do you read me?
He knows
Loud
which
and clear.
cliches to
Glad
pick,
see
I
you landed
guess.
safely.
I got blown pretty far off target.
Snake, let's go over your mission objectives one more time. Rescue Sokolov. Find out what's happened to the Shagohod, then destroy it. And finally, eliminate the boss.
Eliminate the boss.
This mission will be codenamed Operation Snake Eater.
Because I'll be taking on the boss in our Cobra unit, right?
Don't forget about Colonel Volgin.
I'm not a hired killer.
I know, but that was the Kremlin's demand.
Demand? You mean it wasn't just a request? What's it to us if the Khrushchev regime is threatened by the colonel and his faction?
Snake, you know nothing about
supporting
subtlety.
the current regime helps us avoid a nuclear exchange, then that's what we'll do.
And what are the CIA's demands?
Our priorities are the rescue of Sokolov and the destruction of the Shagohod.
Roger that, Major Tom.
Hold on, Snake.
What now?
I'm changing my codename. It turns out Tom wasn't the most auspicious choice.
What do you mean?
Well, the truth is, when I chose my codename, I picked the wrong one.
The wrong one?
Did you ever see the movie The Great Escape? It came out last year.
I must have missed that one.
Anyway, it's based on a true story about prisoners who escaped from a POW camp in Nazi Germany. The prisoners dig 3 tunnels as part of their plan. but the Nazis find 2 of the tunnels before they're finished. The prisoners succeed in escaping by using the last remaining tunnel. The names of those 3 tunnels were Dick, Harry, and Tom.
Control scheme.
I get it. You used the name of the tunnel they escaped in as your code name because you thought it would bring you good luck.
Yes, that's exactly right. At least, that was the plan.
But
I got the name wrong. The one they escaped in was Harry. Tom was one of the unlucky tunnels. It was discovered by the Nazis before it was finished. I watched the movie again just to make sure.
I'm glad you reconsidered.
The film from the movie company.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like the greatest name to use. So what should I call you?
You know, let's just use Zero, like we've been doing all along.
All right, then. Major Zero it is. We'll start over from square one.
From square 0. My frequency is 140.85.
He's 0 again.
I almost forgot. Paramedic is with us again on this mission.
Is this her last chance, too?
If we fail, she'll have her medical license revoked. It's more or less the same kind of fate. Her frequency is the same as during the Virtuous mission, 145.73. She'll be recording your mission data as well, just like the last time. That
Imagine getting your medical license revoked because you were just a consultant on a mission that fucking failed. And all you were doing was being a medical consultant.
His name is Mr. Sigint. He's an expert on the latest in weapons and equipment technology.
Yeah,
You'll be going up against some of the world's most advanced weaponry when you infiltrate
when you're
the
going
research
into
facility.
Black Ops.
If you have any questions, just ask him. His frequency is 148.41.
Well, you can't be a doctor anymore.
Mr. Sigint, got it.
Adam, your KGB contact, is waiting for you at the abandoned factory up ahead.
And also, you can't tell people why you can't be a doctor, so everyone's just going to assume you're a bad doctor.
Meet up with Adam first. He's cleared the way for you to rescue Sokolov.
How will I know this Adam guy when I see him?
You'll know once you reach the factory. The whole area's been polluted by the fallout from that nuclear blast.
Hey, Signal, can you stop being so chunky?
Close. The password is,
to me, please? All right,
Who are the Patriots? And Lali Lule Lo.
Lali Lule Lo. Gotcha.
You've been equipped with a 45 for this mission. Be careful.
I mean, causing World War III is not her bad.
Pure on-site weapons acquisition.
I don't think she's responsible for Snake's failings.
Mission for the United States government. It would be necessary to make your presence known to a certain extent, to the Khrushchev regime at the very least. But remember,
unless he specifically fails his mission because he dies of something she could have advised on.
All-out nuclear war. Keep that in mind and proceed with extreme caution.
Understood. Commencing Operation Snake Eater.
The world. Let's heal it.
Okay, no, it control scheme came back finally. Phew. Take this gun. This is supposed to be where you get the first Keraton. Or at least the next map over, maybe. Let's talk to our good friend.
Paramedic.
Snake, it's so good to hear from you again.
Same here. It's been a week, hasn't it?
4 days, actually.
Huh?
I visited you in the hospital. You were still unconscious, though.
Then you must have seen me naked.
Yeah, but you were all wrapped up in bandages and tubes, so I couldn't do anything but look.
Better luck next time.
Let's hope so. But seriously, don't forget that you were like that until just yesterday. In fact, you really shouldn't even be on this mission. Keep an eye on your stamina gauge. If you start to run low, don't push yourself. Eat something to replenish your stamina. And try not to get yourself hurt. If you're wounded or get bitten by a venomous animal, go into the survival viewer immediately and treat yourself using Cure.
Yeah. I can see you still know how to nag.
You're welcome. And I can see you still don't know when to keep your mouth shut.
Maybe so. By the way, I heard you're going to lose your medical license if this mission fails.
Yes, there was talk of that, but the mission won't fail, will it?
Of course not.
Good. I believe in you. But you know what? I really don't care about my medical license.
Didn't they use that to force you to participate in this operation?
No, I volunteered.
Why?
So that I could watch over you.
Huh.
Snake, you're the best agent I've ever seen. But you push yourself too hard. You're reckless. Someone has to stop you from getting into trouble, to make sure you and the boss don't kill each other.
Well...
So that's why I volunteered. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better guardian angel than me, right?
Thanks.
Stop right there.
Huh?
You can thank me when you get back.
All right.
Hey, can you save my game and tell
You
me
want
about a
to
movie?
save?
I know about the
Snake,
film.
have you heard of It Came from Outer Space?
Yeah, you told me already.
So this astronomer sees a meteor, but it's really an alien spaceship, right? And the aliens start replacing the townspeople with clones and forcing them to help repair the ship. The 3D effects were quite realistic.
I've got all the
I turned on my
I can
3D
handle
effect.
here in the jungle.
No, you don't get it. Precisely because it's realistic, with the images jumping out of the screen at you, it makes for a nice escape from reality. I have to admit it made my eyes tired, but it was really intense. Unfortunately, they don't make very many of those movies anymore.
When did it come out?
I was still in
You
college,
think they'd
so
make a game
probably
console
about 10
that does
years
the same
ago?
thing?
Guess I'm out of luck then.
You know, they're coming out with household versions of video cassette recorders. One day you'll be able to see old movies anytime you want. It'll be like having a movie theater in your own home.
Really?
It's like if you had a record with movie film etched onto it instead of music. It'll work the same way.
You're kidding.
No, really. And someday they might make movies where you control the characters yourself.
Sounds like magic.
It'll happen. Make sure you stay alive to see it, Snake.
It's a 3D effect for one day. Where's Yoshi? Where's my friend Yoshi?
Yoshi.
I want to see him again. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this set of logs is definitely where you're supposed to find the first one.
Weird.
Yeah, they changed them. You know, bonus.
That twist.
Oh yeah, a fresh experience for the new players. Movies you can control in 3D? Yeah, I can't even rely on my previous knowledge of where Yoshi is. Ugh. The unfortunate reality of aiming now is if I'm using the actual 3DS, is I have to use these tiny extra bumpers they added. I don't think you can swap the buttons, unfortunately. You're gonna have to just rely on that. Oh yeah, let's get a dumbass camo for this next scene. Xehanort. For the betrayal.
Can't believe the boss got Norted. Oh man. I didn't quite comprehend the consequences of having just kind of a wrinkly flesh tone camo.
One eye per cheek again. I always liked how you can hear the horse before you get into this map.
A little bit Giant Gonzalez.
A little bit.
Looks like death wasn't ready for you yet.
Just trying to touch a horse.
Boss.
That arm still hurt?
What are you doing here?
Go home. Go home. Gru and my sons are waiting up ahead. You don't have a prayer of finishing your mission. You're not even armed.
You got a knife?
Boss!
I'm not your boss anymore. There's nothing for you here. Go home.
Cool-ass suit.
Go back to your boss. There's no need to prove that you are virtuous here. This isn't America. That should stir things up a bit. You'd better hurry.
Ow. Lighting hit me.
The border is 60 miles south of here. You ought to be able to run that far.
Why'd you defect?
I didn't. I'm loyal to the end, to my purpose. What about you, Jack? What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country or loyalty to me? Your country or your old mentor? The mission or your beliefs? Your duty to your unit or your personal feelings?
I think they did touch up the models a little bit, though.
Yeah, I've heard
sooner or
that
later you'll have to
they kind of
choose.
changed the boss's design a little bit.
I don't expect you
think
to
it
forgive
was-
me.
At some point, Chip was talking
But you can't
about it on
defeat me
something.
either.
How I think they
You
like
know
did
me too well.
redesigns when they were releasing a line of figures.
Right.
They suddenly changed them, and then for
Just
the
look at that
3DS release,
bandana.
they,
If you
know,
can't put the past behind you, you
look
won't
more like
survive
that.
long. If we meet again, I'll kill you. Now, go home.
This is Snake. Major Zero.
I read you, Snake.
I was ambushed by the boss.
You were what?
The drone's been shot to hell. It's up in flames.
That's not good. Enemy scouts are going to come looking for you.
Yeah, I know. But what was the boss doing here in the first place? There's got to be a leak somewhere.
No, that's impossible. The man the boss is working with, Volgin, isn't exactly on speaking terms with Khrushchev.
I lost my gun. The boss destroyed it.
Snake, I know how you're feeling.
But
Hard
shut
for
up.
me to believe, too, that a legendary hero like the boss would go over to the Russians. That she'd double-cross us like this. But that's how it is, and if you don't accept it, you'll never be able to beat her.
That's not the problem. In terms of sheer technique, I'll never be able to beat her. I know that all too well.
You've got to do it, Snake. She's your enemy and your objective.
Enemy? We were together for 10 years, and now you tell me she's my enemy?
Enough. Hurry to the factory where Adam is waiting. Scouts have probably already been sent out to investigate the explosion. You've lost your weapon, right? That means you've got no chance of winning in a battle situation.
No
Whatever you do,
chance.
don't let them see you.
No chance now. All right. This is apparently good in green, along with Yomiko, so I guess we can continue being in it.
Probably, like, given how the ground textures are, they probably kind of fold in a pretty wide section of from brown to green as woodland.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Oh, what the?
Only 55%.
Add more time. Oh, wrong one. Kick them in the nuts. There's that little tree you can hide in. There it is. Yeah, the stick's positioning in relative terms of the face buttons is not great.
What the?
Don't worry about it.
I'm just seeing things.
Must be getting tired.
I'm glad it prompts. What?
Who's that?
I shook him too violently. My gyroscopes. Oh god, this guy's. Close enough. I never did like this part. No. That's a cliff.
Glad that once you stand on it, I'm sure you can go further.
The other guy go. I'm getting out of here.
Hold it steady.
Lost sight of him. He's here somewhere. Find him.
Gotta check over here. I think this is the rain camo. Yeah. And some smoke G's. Smoke G's if you got them.
Raindrop may not be the most useful camo, but it's kind of pretty.
Yeah, it's like singular use as far as I remember is there's like one part in the end fight where it will start raining. And it works really well for that.
There's... Yeah, I never actually beat Metal Gear Solid 3. I got up to the end fight, and then I had to move. And it was like a long enough time that if I would... By the time I got my 360 set up again, that he would have been dead. So I was like, well, I don't want that.
Just go for it. Are you trying to get all non-lethal?
Well, no, not that. Just like I wanted to play the fight. But I also didn't want to replay all the way up to there. But yeah, so 2 and Peace Walker are the only ones I've ever actually finished.
You want to save? Hold on a sec. Hey, Snake, have you ever seen Forbidden Planet?
No, can't say I have.
It's about this expedition that goes to the planet Altair 4 in an ultra-fast spaceship. When they arrive, they meet the survivor of the last expedition, Dr. Morbius. Dr. Morbius was exploring the planet along with his daughter Altera and the versatile Robbie the robot. Ignoring the doctor's warnings, the expedition team is suddenly attacked by an invisible creature called the Monster from the Id. The special effects they used for the science stuff were really neat. I wish I had a robot like Robbie that could make anything I wanted it to.
I'm more interested in that invisible monster. If I were invisible, I wouldn't have to bother hiding or wearing camouflage.
Maybe someday you'll be able to turn invisible.
Yeah, that'll be the day.
Be pretty cool. Let me see here. I think there's a shotgun up here. What? Every time. Look at this light jog up the stairs. Every step.
You gotta make sure you don't trip and look like an absolute tool.
It's an AK. Good. And there's no Yoshi here. Oh, God. There's no Yoshis anywhere. I'm a thermal copy. Just peek your sleeve out, Snake. It'll see for you. It's the eye of the master of masters.
Sorry I'm late.
Cut the engine. They'll hear us.
Are you the agent they sent?
Are you Adam? I thought you were supposed to be a man.
Adam couldn't make it.
All right, say the password. Who are the Patriots? Who are the Patriots? Answer me!
Get down!
God, that guy that just does the fucking corkscrew. Our clowns, patriotic.
There is your answer.
I can't remember the middle part of that. I only remember
Are clowns patriotic? Are you? I'm being serious here. Would a clown die for his country? Everyone who's died for their country is a clown.
The name's Eva.
Do you like my flesh-colored suit?
This wasn't part of the plan. What happened to Adam?
What's your code name?
It's Snake.
Snake, huh? Well, I'm Eva. Are you here to tempt me?
I'm gonna really hang on to this biblical bit for another game, Snake. I hope you like it.
Adam?
Colonel Volgan is a very suspicious man. He decided Adam wasn't the right person for this mission.
And you were?
Yes.
Why?
Because I can do things he can't.
I heard you used to be a codebreaker for the NSA.
I was. 4 years ago, I defected to the Soviet Union with Adam.
Mauser military. The broom handle.
It packs quite a punch. Nice to have when you're on a bike.
You held it sideways and used the muzzle jump to create a horizontal sweep. That was impressive.
Bet you've never seen that technique in the West.
It's imitation, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a Chinese Type 17 pistol. Around here, even that's hard to come by. Don't worry, though. The one I've got for you is American-made.
Who do I call for that one, Spider?
45, huh? Incredible.
Do you like it?
The feeding ramp is polished to a mirror sheen. The slide's been reinforced, and the interlock with the frame is tightened for added precision. The sight system is original too. The thumb safety is extended to make it easier on the finger. A long type trigger with non-slip grooves. A ring hammer. The base of the trigger guard's been filed down for a higher grip. And not only that, nearly every part of this gun has been expertly crafted and customized. Where'd you get something like this?
I grabbed it from a Western munitions armory. It probably used to belong to one of your officers, and there are more where that came from. You had this with you, didn't you? Better take this too.
What's that?
A disguise to make you look like a scientist.
A disguise?
Yes. You're here to rescue Sokolov, right?
Sokolov's still safe then?
Yes. He's being forced to continue his work on the Shagohod.
Where?
At the lab. They've got a whole army of scientists there developing new weapons. Security is tight, but if you disguise yourself as a scientist, you might be able to sneak in.
Yeah, something about Eva is also subtly different.
We'll see, won't we?
At least more refined.
Tell me how to get to the lab.
The safest way in is from the rear. First, you'll need to head north through the jungle. You'll come to a heliport used for shipping materials. pass the heliport and continue north, and there will be a large crevice. Descend into that area, and you'll reach a cave. Move through the cave, and you will arrive at a mangrove swamp. After the swamp, there'll be a warehouse. Make your way through the warehouse, and you'll come out just south of the lab.
Got it.
And just what are you doing there?
In close-range combat, a knife can sometimes be more useful than a gun. By doing this, I'll be able to hold a knife at the same time and still keep the gun steady. That way, I can instantly switch between a gun battle and a knife fight. Right, let's get going.
Why doesn't this impress girls?
Now,
You must be tired. Why don't you take a little rest?
I'll be fine.
See, this is why I hang out with Ocelot. He gets me.
You'll never make it in your condition. It's a jungle out there. There's still an hour before dawn.
I wonder
It's dangerous to be
if
out in the jungle at night without a guide.
What about you?
Act 2 and MGS4 as
I can't be
any
gone for too
callbacks to
long.
this scene.
They'll start to suspect
Ill
something.
Snake trying to stand with Hot Lady.
Don't worry. I'll keep you updated over the radio.
That's it.
I don't think he ever does that
My orders are to
in the
provide you with
Naomi scene.
information, nothing more. You look disappointed. All right, then. I'll do something
Guess
special.
you're gonna have to put them side by side, shot for shot.
I'll stand watch until dawn. Now be a good boy and lie down.
There is that secret first-person view Easter egg
What's the matter?
in 4 where you
I
start
don't
looking
know
up
you well
Naomi's
enough to
skirt
trust you.
on the floor.
How well do you have to know me
But-
to trust me?
If you want to compare that to
I don't
looking
know
at her
if I can
boobs.
trust anybody.
I guess Naomi's kind of rocking that open shirt too, so it is a very similar vibe.
Gonna get that?
She's right, Snake. You should get some sleep. Although, in your condition, you really ought to be back in the ICU. Whenever you save the game and quit, you'll go to sleep. Sleeping allows you to gain back stamina naturally. Depending on how long you sleep, you may also recover naturally from sickness and injury. When you're tired or hurt, the best thing to do is just get some sleep. So do yourself a favor and take a nap. Doctor's orders, okay?
Yeah, okay.
I see your X cans and I raise you Nax Kess. Snacks. Talking about snake snacks. Yeah, Nax Kiss. Or Nax Sec. Kexons. Nescax. Eskiax. Oh wait, no, there's no N in that. But there's your one ass for the game.
We're surrounded. I see 4 of them.
It's all boobs from here out.
We've got company. It's the Ocelot
no,
unit.
it's
Let's get out of here. Hurry.
It's what
Don't forget your
differentiates it.
Here, give me a hand.
Different generations, you know?
We can use
Back in the
this
60s, we didn't appreciate ass as much. We've progressed since then.
Damn it, Ocelot.
Yeah.
I'll get past them on my bike. I'll call you later.
Billy Gunn was a real wild and out there gimmick when he got started. Really revolutionized the whole game.
Don't go dying on me now.
People always ask me if I'm a breast man or an ass man. I think I'm an ass man, because every time I go to the street, the people say, "You're an ass man." Oh, time for this. Have some gameplay.
Move!
Oh, right, you gotta fucking go back in your backpack and put your tranq gun back. Any other weapons we want to throw in here? Play with a smoke grenade, maybe?
Yeah.
I've never messed with it before. I kind of want to try and do different things.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how good they are in this. I know in like, Peace Walker and 5, smoke grenades are incredibly powerful, but
Yeah. Not much else. Okay. Let's just try tossing some smoke out. Oops.
Oh,
you just set him down without doing it. Toss is a lot harder than it used to be.
Oh.
Yeah, that was not so good. Quit underhanded, Snake. That's somebody.
Deaf, so we only get the music.
Ow. Oh no, I died.
Normal difficulty, pretty forgiving.
Yeah, I forgot to equip the life meds. I'm pretty sure it, yeah, does not save that backpack situation. I think if you set it and then call paramedic and save, it will. Got this AK. Let's go nuts. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. First, I'm going to try and make that first move work. Oh, also, I didn't do the life meds. that. Let me save.
You going to save?
Going to save? Now?
Good luck.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I think Meter Zero is anything to say about the Onslaught unit.
Want me to try?
Yeah.
It appears you've been completely surrounded.
Yeah, so I gathered.
If Eva is to escape from there...
Right. I'll have to take them all out.
Snake, you must defeat all the Ocelots. That's the only way to ensure Eva's safe escape, as well as your own. But you're up against a lot of them. Don't try to take them head on. Approach them without being seen and dispatch them one by one. And don't forget to use your camouflage.
My what?
I do like this as a boss fight concept. Just versus unit of dudes.
Get out of there, Snake. What? Oh, he's got it right too. It just makes Snake cough. It's worthless.
What's wrong?
Must lure them. Machine Gun's foot. He'll get to his brain eventually.
Xehanort camo. Pretty good in the factory.
No, they're getting too far away.
I think they might be headed up the stairs.
Oh, they are. Catch the smoke. Turns out this 3DS stick ain't the best. I win. I'm the greatest soldier who's ever lived.
You're up, they're not.
First, enter the cave through the crevice.
Snake, you've got a gunshot.
I sure do.
When you're bitten by a...
Alright. We'll save it for post cutscene.
I've been waiting for this moment. That's it. That's the stance. I don't think so. What? A female spy? This bitch is wearing perfume. Stay where you are. I've had enough of your judo.
I see you've got yourself a single-action army.
That's right. There'll be no accidents this time.
You call that an accident? Well, it wouldn't have happened if you hadn't been showing off.
What did you say?
It's a nice gun, I'll give you that. But the engraving gives you no tactical advantage whatsoever. Unless you were planning to auction it off as a collector's item. And you're forgetting one more very basic thing. You don't have what it takes to kill me.
We'll see.
That was a cool shot to watch in 3D. Let's take my word for it.
Yeah, with the gun in the foreground and Snake down below, it's going to set up for it.
The shot from the low angle shot of Snake looking up at it.
6 shots. That thing only carries 6 shots. The Makarov carries 8. You have to get a feel for how many you have left. This is a high-class weapon. It's not meant for shooting people.
Damn! This isn't over yet.
Don't.
Why?
He's still young.
You'll regret stopping me.
No, I won't.
Damn it! I've got to get back before he does.
Other people might regret me stopping. But I won't. Let's call 0.
It looks like you've got rid of all the ocelots.
It's a tough call whether Ocelot.
Now proceed with the rescue of Sokolov. According to Eva, you should start by going to the crevice to the north and...
Can we trust her?
You know, in terms of
What's
good
that?
outcomes.
Eva is with the KGB, isn't she? Can I really believe what she says? How do I know she won't double-cross me?
There are no guarantees in espionage, Snake, only calculated guesses. At this point in time, the KGB stands nothing to gain by stabbing us in the back.
So you're saying I can trust her?
I'm saying the chance that she'll betray you is low.
Ah.
Of course, we checked the route she gave you against our own data. It looks like a pretty solid infiltration route. It makes good use of weak spots in the enemy's defenses. You shouldn't have any problems. Follow the route Eva showed you and proceed with the mission.
Roger.
First, enter the cave through the crevice. Eva said it was to the north, so head that way. First, enter the cave through the crevice. Eva was right when she said that operating in an unknown jungle at night is extremely dangerous. In my former outfit, the SAS, we'd always be sure to set up camp before sunset and wait until daybreak before setting out again. Being able to stay in that abandoned factory made things a lot easier for you. You ought to be thanking Eva.
I've never bothered to have these conversations.
Major, what's this temptation Eva was talking about?
In the Old Testament of the Bible, Eve was seduced by a snake into tasting the fruit of knowledge. By eating the forbidden fruit, Adam and Eve disobeyed God's command and were cast out from the Garden of Eden. Thus, it was the snake who led mankind into original sin.
Come to think of it, I did break a rib in the Virtuous mission. Maybe that's where Eva came from.
but the one who tempted Adam into eating the forbidden fruit was Eve. You may be working together, but she's still a KGB operative. Don't let your guard down.
I don't intend to.
So he didn't clue in, but he remembered the thing about the rib? Snake. Your your selection of knowledge is a little odd.
That area is home to the...
Yeah. Pythons, brother. I want more movies.
Saving the game, Snake?
Selective biblical memory.
Snake, have you seen Earth versus the Spider?
Nope.
It's about this spider that's...
I've seen Earth versus Funk.
A giant monster. They bring it into the city in a state of hibernation, but it wakes up and starts wrecking...
I still haven't seen a chunk of these old...
the spider turn huge?
Old movies.
I told you, it suddenly mutated.
Yeah, right.
Snake, it's people like you that take all the fun out of watching movies. Always nitpicking and taking things too seriously. Honestly, why even bother? Look, the important thing isn't...
You just saw a lightning man, Snake.
Then what is important?
The fact that there's a huge spider destroying the city. Suspend your disbelief. That's the whole point of movies.
Snake, you gotta be the last person to ever be a skeptic. I am hurt.
Something strange about a lightning man.
Don't be crazy.
Just a lightning man. It's weird.
Oh, yeah, you don't have to suture the gunshot wounds. That's what I was thinking of. You just gotta knife them, styptic, bandage, and disinfect. All right, let's keep pressing on. Let's change our uniform, maybe.
Can't stand the stairs anymore.
I can't. This one's also apparently good. Oh, in gray. Oh, because I'm in a building, so it's not really telling me properly what I'm looking at. Yeah, it's not letting me vault. I think in a minute or two I'm gonna take our first recording break and then go eat something.
All right.
I can probably get through this little area. And we're going in the water. There's no point in actually having camo here since there's nobody to spot you, but we shall blend in with the wildlife. Be a frog. And not get eaten by gators, hopefully. Oh yeah, this part has rain, so it's not a bad spot. But once again, there's nobody to catch you, so... Oh, one thing we should put in our backpack. The Therm-G. And the box.
hissy noise.
Oh, yeah, I didn't put on my... I guess I could have also been using my... Oop. Forgot that takes me straight up. Could have been putting on my bug juice. Don't fall in that pit. Also, we're gonna get a call from Eva.
Snake, are you there?
Eva,
Did you miss me?
did you make it without any trouble?
No one saw me.
So you're back with Vulcan.
In a matter of speaking.
What about the boss?
Yeah, she's here too.
Better be careful.
Thanks, I will. The boss and
I
I
think
get
how
along
some of
pretty
these
well,
folks aren't
though.
even
I guess
30.
We traders have a lot in common.
Why would anyone want to defect?
Yeah.
Betraying your country like that, I just don't get it.
Are you
They've had
talking
rough
about
lives.
the boss?
I
Why
think
you
Eva
do
and
it?
Paramedic both are
Born and
under
raised in
30.
America?
Yes, in a small rural town. I never even knew there were other countries.
Like, I get,
other
you know, it's
cultures,
totally
other ways of
possible to
thinking.
be experts in your
Until I
field
went to
or,
work
you
for the
know,
NSA.
accomplished at that
And
age.
one
It's
day,
just,
I found I'd lost faith in the things I'd been taking for granted.
the older I get, the more I
What did
think
you
about it.
see? What was it that made you want to change sides?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Try me.
I saw the universe.
The universe?
You're
Not
right,
the
I don't
actual
believe you.
Universe. The universe as the intelligence community sees it. I realized that the gravity in this universe was holding me back. That's all. People and countries are both changed by their environment and by the times.
That sounds like what the boss was saying.
There's a world of difference between this country and America. But it's only a difference of position, a difference of perspective. Coming here made me realize something. Half of what I'd been told was a complete and utter lie. The other half was a conveniently constructed lie.
Where's the truth then?
It's hidden in the lies.
Are you lying too?
Who knows? I've been trained to make even the most severe falsehood sound like the honest truth. Weren't you?
No. I believe because I have to, even if it is a lie. That's part of my mission.
I'll have to remember that. If you need me, give me a call on the radio. My frequency is 142.52. See ya.
Don't fall in that hole, by the way. What hole? Ah!
It's out here digging pit traps.
The Russian. Alright, yeah. First things first, we gotta burn all these leeches off of our body.
Smoke them if you got them.
I don't think I've been holding on to any food. I only have this calorie mate, so I'm gonna save it for a second.
Gotta hunt animals to survive.
Keep forgetting to. This is a good place to do it, though. It gets you some fish and stuff. I wonder if I will have the grip strength. You know, keep climbing, Snake. I just want to get my Croco cap. Wasn't entirely sure what button I would need to press, so I'm glad I was right. Snake hungry. Yeah, I'll catch a fish. And some stungs. Where am I? Where am I? I'm in the leech zone again. Help. Oh, right. Oh, I'm already drowning.
Too hungry to have much lung capacity.
So, where the fish at?
There's one.
Don't die. Yeah. Might just need to eat a calorie meat. Oh no, he drowned!
Whoops.
Oh man.
What's your status?
Well, speaking of being hungry, we're gonna have to do that again. So I'm gonna save. We got one more movie talk, and then we're gonna take a little break.
Saving the game, Snake?
Maybe I'll get the controller
Snake,
working.
Have you ever seen On the Beach?
No, I don't know it.
It's about the survivors of the Third World War.
Well,
The
that
entire
hasn't
northern
happened yet.
hemisphere is obliterated in a nuclear holocaust, and it's only a matter of time before the few survivors left in the southern hemisphere are poisoned by the deadly fallout. Their only hope is an American nuclear submarine that escapes to the southern hemisphere. They set out for the Arctic to investigate the fallout. The movie came out in '59, and the year that the war was supposed to happen was 1964. In other words, this year.
Nice warning. Let's hope it stays just a movie.
Looks at the camera. All right. So yes, I'm going to use this. And then I'm going to hit this button, and I'm going to say, be right back, folks.